Welcome to MK Titans Travel. Today, Denmark. Small in size, rich in wonder, history, design, nature, blended in everyday life. From Viking heritage to dramatic coastlines and bold, human-centered design. Let's begin with Wonder 1 in the heart of Copenhagen. Tivoli Gardens, opened in 1843, embodies Danish joy and creativity. It's one of the world's oldest amusement parks. Part garden, part playground. Classic rides meet peaceful walks. Thrills, yes, but always with charm. Live music and performances animate the park year-round. A place to slow down, taste, and take it in. As evening falls, Tivoli glows with thousands of lights. Romantic, cinematic, timeless. In winter, it transforms into a magical Christmas market. Cozy treats and festive scents fill the air. Summer brings fireworks and open-air shows. Nostalgia meets modern entertainment for all ages. That was Wonder 1, Tivoli Gardens. Next up, more Danish wonders blending tradition and innovation.
The Little Mermaid. She sits on a rock, small and still, watching the harbor like she's waiting for a story to begin. Inspired by Hans Christian Andersen, she's bronze 1913, Denmark's most famous face. People expect a giant statue. Instead, they find something human-sized, quiet, thoughtful, almost shy. That's the power. Longing, sacrifice, hope. It's not a selfie moment. Okay, maybe it is, but it's really a feeling you carry away. Through storms, time, controversy, she stays. A reminder that stories outlive everything. Now, a short stroll lands me in Nyhavn. Color pops on every building. Sunny yellows, deep blues, brick reds stacked along a canal lined with wooden ships. This used to be a working port. Nyhavn is its pulse, colorful, social, alive. One asks you to listen, the other invites you to linger. If you visit, go early to the Mermaid. Let the quiet do the talking. Then drift to Nyhavn, sit by the water, and watch the city move. No rush. History coffee boats sliding by like sentences in a book. In 2 stops, Copenhagen hands you a postcard you won't forget. Front, the Little Mermaid; back, Nyhavn's colors. Stamp it with a memory, send it to yourself, and keep the story going.
Kronborg Castle in Helsingør. Shakespeare called it Elsinore, and honestly, it lives up to the drama. Picture a fortress staring down the Øresund Strait, every ship paying a toll just to pass. That toll made Denmark rich. Kronborg was the gatekeeper. Inside, grand halls that echo with footsteps. Underground casemates where soldiers waited in the dark. Sea views that feel like the edge of a story. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site for a reason. Stone, sea, and power, frozen in time. If Hamlet had a stage, this was it. Now jump to Hillerød, Frederiksborg Castle. It's the largest Renaissance castle in Denmark, wrapped in lakes and gardens like a fairy tale reflection. Built in the early 1600s, today it's the Museum of National History. Portraits, artifacts, the faces of Denmark staring back at you. The chapel, stunning, gold, wood, symbols of kingship. Every inch is a royal signature. Walk the halls, you don't just see history, you feel a country building its identity. Together, the 2 castles tell one story. Power and poetry. Kronborg controlled the strait and the world's attention. Frederiksborg shaped the narrative of a nation. One guarded the door, the other wrote the legend. So if you're in Denmark, chase Hamlet's shadow at Kronborg. Then follow the mirrors and gardens to Frederiksborg. Stand on the ramparts, sit in the chapel light, and let the past speak. Because here, history isn't locked in glass. It's alive in stone, water, and words, and it's waiting for you.
Rosenborg Castle. Built by King Christian IV, this cozy showstopper sits right in the heart of the city. Step inside and it's like time presses pause. Polished floors, painted ceilings, rooms that look exactly like the royals just left. The crown jewels? They're here, sparkling like they've got their own spotlight. Don't rush the throne's room. Those lions and details are wildly photogenic. Before you bounce, wander King's Garden. It's one of Copenhagen's oldest parks, A local hangout, neatly trimmed alleys, roses in season, and plenty of benches for a pastry break. It's elegant, but it feels personal, like the monarchy's living scrapbook. Next, Amalienborg Palace, the royal family's official home. Picture 4 identical palaces forming a perfect square, with Frederick V riding tall at the center. The symmetry is so clean it calms your brain. Time your visit for the daily changing of the royal guard. The boots, the drums, the blue uniforms. It's a tradition that snaps the whole square to attention. One of the palaces doubles as a museum, and it's a slick peek behind the curtain. Private rooms, portraits, and stories that connect past kings and queens to the modern crew. You see how tradition still breathes in a city that bikes everywhere and drinks coffee like it's a sport. Pro tips: buy tickets online to skip lines at Rosenborg. Hit King's Garden early for soft morning light. At Amalienborg, arrive a few minutes before the guard change to snag a good spot. Rosenborg's intimate sparkle and Amalienborg's living heartbeat. Put them back to back and you've got Copenhagen's monarchy, past to present, in one perfect loop. Christiansborg Palace sits where Copenhagen's original castle once stood. It's the only building in the world hosting 3 government branches: Parliament, the Prime Minister's office, the Supreme Court. Walk its royal reception rooms, peek into the ruins below, climb the tower for sweeping city views. It's a living symbol of Denmark's shift from absolute monarchy to modern democracy. Now flip the script to something lighter. LEGOLAND Billund, born in 1968 near Lego's birthplace. Millions of bricks build miniature cities, rides, play zones that spark creativity in kids and adults alike. It's playful design turned global phenomenon. Proof that a simple idea and lots of imagination can reshape the world. Møns Klint, towering white chalk cliffs that drop into turquoise Baltic waters. The cliffs change color with the sun, and below, beaches hide fossils millions of years old, real-life time capsules. Hike the forest trails, climb down to that chalky shore, or stay after dark. This is a certified dark sky spot for starry wonder. Now flip north to Skagen and Grenen, where the North Sea and Baltic literally collide. Stand on the sand as waves meet from opposing directions, an unforgettable natural handshake. Skagen's light drew painters for generations. Its yellow houses, quiet beaches still feel like an artist's postcard.
Råbjerg Mile is Northern Europe's largest migrating sand dune, a living monument that slides a few meters every year. Walk its desert-like slopes, feel the land quietly rewrite the map beneath your feet. It's peaceful, powerful, oddly Danish. Then sail across time to Roskilde's Viking ship museum, 5 original ships hauled from the fjord trade raiding bold voyages. Try a reconstructed boat, touch the timber. Sands move, ships endure. Both remind us that some things change and some things carry on. Visit, listen, and feel history in motion.
Den Gamle By, the Old Town. It's not a set, it's a city-sized time machine. Real buildings, moved and rebuilt with ridiculous detail. I turn a corner and boom, the 1700s. Timber frames, creaky floors, a baker's shop that smells like warm rye. The staff, full costume, full character. Ask a question, and you don't get a lecture. You get a story about rent recipes, gossip, and how people actually lived. Next street, it's the 1800s. Horse carts, handwritten signs, a living room with a clock that ticks louder than my phone ever could. Keep walking, and you hit the 1900s. Radios humming, neon flickers, a tiny apartment where the past suddenly feels close enough to borrow some sugar. It's history you don't look at, it's history you bump into. Then I meet the future, ARoS Aarhus Art Museum. You see it before you enter. Modern lines, bold curves, and on the roof, your rainbow panorama. A circular walkway that turns the whole city into a color wheel. Step into red, the streets warm up, slide into blue, and the skyline chills. Inside, it's ideas in every direction. Classical pieces that anchor you, contemporary works that nudge, poke, and sometimes shout. It doesn't just hang art, it stages conversations. ARoS isn't quiet, it's curious. So here's the split-screen moment, Den Gamle. By shows what life felt like. ARoS shows what life can become. One reminds me I'm part of a story. The other dares me to write the next chapter.
Once upon a time, yes, in real life, there's a castle that floats. Egeskov Castle on the island of Funen is a Renaissance water castle, so perfectly preserved it feels like fiction. Built in the 1500s, engineered to be beautiful and defendable. Brick walls, double moats, secret stairways that whisper old stories. I step over the bridge gardens in full bloom forests that breathe a mirror lake holding the sky. Inside the grounds, I wander through maze gardens that tease my sense of direction. Museums packed with vintage cars and curious inventions, treetop walkways that lift me into a canopy of leaves. It's family-friendly, history-rich and somehow intimate, like the whole place leans in to tell you a secret. And then, I chase the story further back. Much further. Stevns Klint looks like a clean white cliff facing the Baltic Sea, until you notice a thin, dark line in the rock. That line is the KPG boundary, the fingerprint of an asteroid that ended the age of dinosaurs. In a few millimeters of clay, you can literally trace the end of a world and the beginning of ours. UNESCO protects it, scientists study it, and hikers love it. I follow coastal paths, sea wind in my ears, and pass a church gripping the cliff edge like a prayer. It's peaceful up here, but the rocks below hold the memory of impact, fire, darkness, and recovery. From a fairy tale castle built to survive human wars, to a cliff that survived the end of an era, Denmark connects beauty with deep time. At Egeskov, I feel the craft of hands and centuries of noble life. At Stevns Klint, I feel the vastness of Earth's story, written in stone.
The Wadden Sea National Park, part of a UNESCO World Heritage shared with Germany and the Netherlands. It's one of the world's most vital wetlands, a tidal theater that feeds millions of migrating birds. The landscape literally rewrites itself with each tide, mudflats stretching across the exposed seabed, salt marshes carpet the shoreline, life exploding in the in-between, teeming with creatures. Join a guided walk along the mudflats. Watch the birds as they gather and feed. Remember, always stick with a guide near water. Next, Ribe, Denmark's oldest town, founded over 1,300 years ago. Cobblestones line the narrow lanes, half-timbered houses with painted beams, a medieval cathedral towers above the town. Walking here feels like flipping a history book from Viking trading hub to calm museum town. Ribe preserves the stories of early Scandinavia. Bornholm, imagine an island carved from stone, wind shaping coastlines and stories. Hammershus sits on a cliff like a dropped crown, Northern Europe's largest medieval ruin. Walls torn by time but stubbornly dramatic. Walk the ramparts, feel the Baltic wind, taste history, fishermen, fortress builders, centuries of storms. Bornholm isn't just rocks, round churches tucked into fields, studios where potters and painters work with salt air stubbornness, a local identity, part craft, part coastline. Now shift gears. Drive north to Louisiana Museum of Modern Art. The mood softens, less roar, more hush. Architecture framing the Øresund. Galleries where light does the curating. Sculpture gardens where the sea is another exhibit. It's thoughtful, intimate. The perfect counterpoint to Bornholm's rawness. Together they teach a simple Danish lesson. Nature can be both wild and serene. History and modernity sit side by side. Travel is best when it surprises you with contrast.
Freetown Christiania, an offbeat neighborhood born in the 1970s when people reclaimed an old military area and turned it into a living social experiment. Think brightly painted buildings, street art that refuses to be ignored, and workshops where creativity is the currency. It's not a theme park. It's a real community that tests what freedom, cooperation, and self-rule look like day to day. Controversial? Absolutely. Important? You bet. Christiania forces us to ask how much society needs rules and how much it needs room to breathe. Now spin over to the Round Tower, Rundetårn, built by King Christian IV in the 1600s as an observatory with a genius twist. No stairs, just a gentle spiral ramp. Scientists once wheeled instruments up that very curve. Today you stroll to panoramic city views, small exhibitions, and cozy concerts. It's compact, clever, and kind of charming. Science and architecture wrapped in historical swagger.
Imagine stepping into a time machine in the middle of Copenhagen. That's what it feels like walking into the National Museum of Denmark. I push open the doors and boom. Prehistoric Denmark greets me with tools shaped by hands from thousands of years ago. Take a few more steps and I'm face to face with Viking artifacts, swords, ships, everyday objects that whisper how people actually lived. I wander into the medieval rooms, golden chalices, delicate jewelry treasures that survived wars and weather and sheer luck. Then I turn a corner and I'm in modern Denmark, where design, democracy, daily life tell a new chapter. It's not just glass cases. It's interactive, it's playful. It's for kids and grown-ups who still ask why. The museum is like Denmark's memory bank, preserving the stories that built a national identity and showing how those stories connect to everywhere else on the planet. Now for a different kind of time travel. I head east, and the skyline opens to the Øresund Bridge. Bridge, part island, part tunnel, all wow. I drive onto it and the city fades into sea and sky. Opened in 2000, it didn't just shorten a commute, it tightened a bond between Denmark and Sweden. Cultures, families, businesses, suddenly closer. From above, it's an elegant line. From the water, it's muscle and math, an engineering statement that also respects the environment it spans. The rhythm is hypnotic. Pylons, cables, waves, horizon. Halfway across, I'm in between nations, and it hits me. Bridges don't just cross distances, they stitch together stories. So today, I time traveled twice. Jelling Monuments, call it Denmark's birth certificate. 2 rune stones, burial mounds, a little church. They mark the flip from Norse gods to Christianity. Thanks to King Harald Bluetooth. Power, faith, identity, carved in stone, literally. Fast forward 1,000 years. Aalborg Waterfront, once a gritty industrial harbor, now a blueprint for urban reinvention. Sleek architecture, the Utzon Center, the House of Music, riverside life. Invite people to meet, stroll, and linger. Together they tell Denmark's story, rooted history, bold modern design, coast to countryside. Læsø Salt Works. On a small island, people are reviving a medieval craft, making salt the way their ancestors did. No giant factories, just seawater, just wind, just fire, just patience. They pump brine from underground. They simmer it slowly in wide iron pans. They let crystals grow, hand-stirred, hand-scooped, sun-dried. It's simple, sustainable, and honestly beautiful to watch. You don't just see salt, you see skill. You don't just see salt, you see history. You don't just see salt, you see respect for nature. And the result? A gourmet salt that chefs love because it tastes like the place it comes from. Here, you learn that progress isn't always about speeding up. Sometimes it's about remembering how to do things right. Now, to Himmelbjerget, Sky Mountain. It's not Everest. It's not even close. But standing here, looking over lakes and forests, you feel something bigger than height. For generations, Danes gathered on this hill to celebrate their country and their freedom. The tower at the top honors King Frederick VII, who helped bring democracy to Denmark. So yes, it's a modest hill, but it's also a stage where a nation told its story. It proves landscapes don't need drama to have meaning. Memories, rituals, people who care. Læsø Salt Works and Himmelbjerget are different wonders with the same lesson. When we honor where we come from, our crafts, our lands, our shared moments, we build a future that tastes better, feels deeper, and lasts longer.
Think monuments make a country great? Denmark says try farms and turbines. Wide open farmlands dotted with sleek wind turbines. Simple, everyday, brilliant. Here, agriculture, renewable energy live side by side, balancing food jobs and a cleaner future. Those turbines aren't just scenery. They're Denmark's leadership in action power, from wind respect for land and communities that thrive. It's a quiet kind of innovation, practical local and national identity woven into the landscape. From Viking stones to coastal cliffs, Denmark's wonders include how thoughtfully it lives, not just what it builds. If you like this, give it a thumbs up and share the vibe. Thanks for watching.